So what are Bayside bike pegs? That's coming right up. Hey guys, it's Rick from RunPlayBack. In this video, we're going to check out Bayside bike pegs for a custom Zooz 1100 e-bike. We'll go over the specs, installation, and do a test ride. So let's get to it. Bayside Bike's bottom bracket pegs offer a range of features and specs that cater to a specific audience within the e-bike community, those who want to delete their pedals. Now for some, pegs are easier to stunt with and are more accessible for those with a physical disability. But fair warning, removing your pedals technically doesn't make your bike street legal anymore. The Bayside bike pegs are manufactured in the United States using locally sourced materials, which supports domestic production. The aluminum alloy construction provides durability and sturdiness, which is vital for such an important part of an e-bike. One of the prominent features of the pegs is the knurled texture grip, which is designed to enhance the rider's control. This textured surface creates secure and stable footing, especially for small hops or stunts. The inclusion of a single, standard 3/8" hex cap locking bolt simplifies the installation process, which is perfect for riders who like to mod their bikes without the need for complex tools or professional assistance. However, a metric bolt would have been more ideal, as nearly every other bolt on an e-bike is metric sized. These are the Bayside Bike's bottom bracket pegs. We're going to install them on our custom Zooz 1100. And right out of the box, I could tell these are really high quality. They're made out of aluminum alloy and made in the US from locally sourced materials. What I really like is this textured grip. And this is perfect for keeping you planted on the bike, being able to maneuver the bike. This is machined on the actual metal. Another thing that's unique are these threaded sides on each end. And this is a universal fit. So this should fit any standard bottom bracket. And we'll test it out on this one. This is the Gen1 frame, and this is what will keep it really secure on the bike, in addition to this piece of hardware, heavy duty hex cap locking bolt. And you might be wondering, what does this thing attach to? It actually screws in to the peg itself. Saves you so much time. So all you would need are the bike tools, so the bottom bracket tool, as well as the crank puller. But everything else is pretty standard. And since it's a hex cap, most people have Allen tools. Now, if you want to compare it to the actual peg that I used in the DIY video, these are the 25/9 pegs. And you could see they're pretty thin. And then you compare it to the Bayside Bikes one, and you can see how thick it is. It's also a longer peg, so when we install these, you'll have more room, more surface area to plant your feet, and theoretically that should make the bike easier to control, especially if you're trying to do stunts. I don't know anyone else that's doing this. It's something that a lot of people have asked for. We'll stick them on. We have some buddies coming by, and we'll get their thoughts. So we finally installed the Bayside Bike's bottom bracket pegs. Very clean design. You have this knurled texture. I'll put links in the description to the bike tools that you need to remove the crankset assembly, but that's pretty much all you need, as well as a standard Allen key. So I didn't actually have that. I only have metric sizes. It's one thing that I wish that they maybe changed if the bolt was actually a metric bolt, because almost every part on a bike is metric. That's just a little minor nitpick. It goes right into the frame because it has standard bottom bracket threads. This is just silver, but I know they're going to anodize it and provide different colors as well. And the actual length from the frame is almost 5.5 inches. These are only like 4 1/4. So now let's take the Bayside Bike's bottom bracket pegs out for its first ride. Here we go. So yes, plenty of grip on the shoe. Very easy to ride. We have pegs on the back as well, so really easy to transition. I think the biggest thing is you can actually get the bike up a little bit easier. So super comfortable. Yeah, really, really nice. I think the only thing is that, you know, trying to kind of pedal up an incline, you can't do that obviously because you got rid of the pedal assist. So you don't actually get that extra torque. That's the only thing that I would miss, but other than that, it feels really good. So who is this actually for? Obviously, once you remove your crankset, it's basically like an electric scooter, essentially, so it's not really street legal. But I think that if you're a stunt rider, if you're, you know, someone who might have some mobility issues, removing the crankset, you can't pedal, removing the crankset might be appropriate, and something like this would actually be really useful. And this is an actual mod that a lot of people ask for, like how do you remove the cranks and replace it with pegs? And obviously we have a DIY solution, but this is the first like real plug and play, universal fit, custom machined peg that I haven't seen anywhere else on the market. And even though it's a really specific market, like the Zooz community is a really specific market in a larger e-bike community, this is like kind of perfect for them because this bike is really great for just casual riding. But if you did want to ride it like a, you know, like a proper BMX bike, having pegs is actually really useful. Like I said, if you're trying to do some hops over speed bumps or whatever.
Hey guys, what's going on? We're checking out Rick's custom Zooz today. He got these nice aluminum pegs from Bayside bikes. The texture on them is super nice, so that way you don't slip off once they start getting a little wet. The length is absolutely perfect. You definitely don't feel like your legs are too close to the frame. We're just gonna try it out and see what happens. It was always moving, so with this your foot is very firmly locked in place and it feels extremely well. I'm not used to sit downs. My core is getting a workout. Yeah, definitely super planted, feels super connected with the bike, and not having the pedal moving around on me is super useful. We just got to get it on the wheelie machine. It's finally modified to the point to where it can fit on the wheelie machine, where the crank arm will not interfere with any of the components of the wheelie machine. And you know, the bike just feels super dialed and just ready to go, ready to be stunted.
In terms of compatibility, these pegs are designed to fit universally with BSA threaded bottom brackets. This wide compatibility ensures that a broad range of riders can consider these pegs as an option for their bikes. Additionally, the compatibility with our Gen 1 and Gen 2 Zooz frames make it a nice mod for a specific style of riding. So final thoughts. Well, it's clear that these Bayside bike pegs are extremely well made, but it's important to keep in mind that these pegs are a specialized product which comes at a price, as raw material cost is kind of high at the moment. Also, their appeal may be limited to a specific subset of the e-bike community, such as Zooz riders who are more familiar with BMX-style pegs. However, riders who prioritize high-quality domestic production, durability, and customization will find these pegs to be a suitable addition to their e-bikes. There's definitely a clear difference between DIY and having a professional-grade plug-and-play product, which is why the Bayside bike's bottom bracket pegs are definitely worth considering.
If you want to dive into more EV tech tips, click the links on the side and remember to like and subscribe so we can help you find tech deals that fit your lifestyle. We'll see you guys in the next video.